Right. After reaching Berea, we'll need to transfer to a local line, the Abel branch line. That's the only, or there's only one train every 2 hours, so I'm hoping we can time our arrival to avoid a lengthy wait. It's exactly 7 a.m. right now. We should arrive in Berea somewhere around 10:30 and reach Legram by noon. We've got work waiting for us the first day too, so the earlier we can reach Legram, the better. Agreed. And there's always a chance our class problem child will make another scene. Oh, you guys are here earlier than I expected. Y'all ready to leave too? Nah, we still got another 20 minutes or so until the next train to Berea comes in. You're all going to the Ure SEZ, right? I've never been, but it sounds kind of fun. It's apparently quite a trip to get there, though. It's on the Empire's northwest coast. You have to cross the entire Lamari province to get there. But worry not, the hours will just fly by as I teach you all how to be as cool and as popular as I am. Yeah, thanks, but I think I'll just take a nap instead. And there's their train. Passenger service bound for Heimdall, now arriving on platform 2. We ask that all passengers wishing to board please wait on the platform until the train has come to a complete and total stop. We'll see you in 2 days then. See you at Corellia Fortress. Bye. Have a safe trip. See you later, Elliot. Later, Machias. And Crow, at least make a token attempt to stay out of trouble. No worries, if you hear about it, it means I wasn't on top of my game. One of these days, Rain, you'll thirst for my life of adventure. Right. Alright. Good luck, guys. Try not to, drive everyone crazy for the next 2 days. Okie dokie. Why do I not find that the slightest bit reassuring? He took the words right out of my mouth. They agreed on something. May the guidance of the winds and the goddess be with you all. I look forward to seeing you again in 2 days. We still have a short while longer before our train arrives. We have to purchase our tickets now while we're waiting. Good morning, everyone. Group A is headed to Legram, correct? Yes, that's right. We'd like to purchase tickets to Legram via Berea. Coming right up. Do you want them right away? Okay. So that's 6 passengers bound for Legram via Berea. I'll have those tickets for you in just a moment.
Oh, you're all heading out? What?
Isn't that... Huh? What are you doing here, Lecter? You miss me already?
Sure did. I'm gonna be back in Crossbell starting the day after tomorrow. Might never have the chance to see you again in this lifetime, so I figured I'd drop by and say hello.
Shh, whatever. You're so silly. There's no way you or Gramps would die that easily.
Well, that old goat might scare off the Reaper, but I'm pretty weak, you know.
That's funny.
Who's he?
Captain Lecter Arundel of the Imperial Intelligence Division.
We saw him while we were on our field study in Nord. He's the one supposedly responsible for negotiating with the Republic's army to prevent war from breaking out. But
Uh-oh. Did it again.
So he's the Ironblood they call Scarecrow.
Trying to get my controller to reconnect. Did
I
it?
have to admit, he doesn't look like someone who
there goes
specializes in
Celine.
espionage.
Did you just see her zip behind everybody?
Well, I'm sure this little drop of sunshine's got suspicious written all over her, but I hope you're getting along. Don't hesitate to give her a good spanking if she causes too much trouble, though.
Oh my.
Okay.
We'll try our best to be a welcoming class.
I'm not gonna cause them any trouble. Unlike you, I'm a little angel.
What kind of little angel would casually whip out something like Eric Getlem in public? Do you have any idea how much overtime we put in just covering up for you?
Huh? You do?
Passenger service
Huh?
bound for Heimdall, now arriving on Platform 2. We ask that all passengers wishing to board please wait on the platform until the train has come to a complete stop.
If you'll excuse us, Captain.
I'm afraid we need to catch this train.
Oh, sure thing. Good luck out there, guys. Oh, and by the way, I'd prefer it if you referred to me as secretary rather than captain in public. After all, I am a second secretary for the Imperial government.
I see.
Well then, if you'll excuse us, Mr. Secretary.
You'd better bring me back a souvenir from Crossbell.
Oh my. Milliam, I have a feeling it's just gonna get on my nerves really, really fast. Trails in the couch. Achievement unlocked. I don't know what that achievement is, but I just unlocked it. Celine's trying to get top of the train.
They seem like an even more interesting bunch than I'd heard. Hope she gets the chance to soak in the good times at school like I did.
Well, well. For two Ironbloods, you two have a pretty cozy thing going.
Uh-oh. Looks like a scary lady's got me in her sights. Time to make my exit.
Exit stage right.
Not so fast. Didn't you have something you were supposed to give me? Come on. Cough it up.
They don't call you the Purple Lightning for nothing. Maybe you should consider giving up this teaching gig and coming to work for us. I'll bet we could offer double what the Academy's paying you. No sweat. Aw, strictly business, huh?
Obviously. I'm not getting any younger here. Hand it over.
This is the list of every member of the Imperial Liberation Front that we're aware of at present. We've made progress in identifying their top figures, too.
I see. I suppose I should thank you.
Oh, one more thing. Claire had a message she wanted me to pass along.
I'm listening.
Their primary target is Crossbell City. but there's a chance that something else will be going down within the Empire at the same time. Those were her words.
Okay, guys, sounds like we've got some interesting stuff coming up ahead with these people. Lots of factions and things like that going on. Back and forth, and definitely no lack of drama on all fronts in this game, that's for sure. Lots of stuff going on. And here we go on the train. Choo-choo. Now I get to talk to everybody, and then I'll have to play cards at some point. Wow, it's like a sea of green out there. Hey, Eustace, why is the wheat all green? Wheat, barley, and rye are all cultivated in the Crucian province. Each is grown in its season, which means that what you're seeing right now is the fall wheat crop. Oh, look! There's a weird scarecrow. Look at its head! It looks all messy like Lecter's. Well, as long as she's enjoying herself. At times like these, she seems just like any girl her age. It's still hard to believe she's only 13. That's a year younger than my brother. It really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? I suppose this is as good a time as any to tell you more about what we'll be conducting our next field study. Legram is a small town in the southeast of the Empire, situated on the shore of Lake Abel. My father, Viscount Arsaid, governs the town, which itself is part of the Crucian province. That sounds familiar. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the province Eustace's father oversees? Well, technically, yes. But Legram is known for being a particularly self-reliant region. I doubt the Viscount excuse me. I doubt the Viscount has much interest in the authority of his liege lord. I suppose I cannot deny it. My father can be a little too free-spirited at times, but I can't help but feel your father's governance has its own issues, especially where taxation is concerned. It's not as though I'm unaware of that. Sorry, I seem to have touched on a sensitive issue here. No, there's nothing for you to apologize for. Exchanges like these are the daily bread of the nobility. It's true that the four great houses do have immense power, but it's still up to the individual feudal lords to govern their respective regions. And as far as taxation goes, each region has its own statutes, which makes the whole situation even more complicated. It is quite convoluted. Although the imperial government does seem to be attempting to unify all regions under a single tax system. That's one of the major points of dispute between the two factions. Incidentally, my father's stance on the matter is, hell will freeze over before I consent to it. I do understand the reformist point of view, but each region of the empire has its own traditions and customs. Attempting to normalize all of those under a single system seems a little insensitive. The more you tell me, the more complicated it sounds. Well, it's certainly not an issue with a nice, clear-cut solution. William's not happy. This is boring. Look out the window, William. Look out the window. Don't you have any more cool stories about Legram? I suppose a couple of students batting around ideas about taxation isn't going to really solve anything. But I guess, to me, one of the things Legram is most famous for is the Arsaid School. Oh, isn't that the thing Laura's dad teaches? That's the one. The Arsaid School of Swordsmanship is a style passed down by by ancient knights of Erebonia. It's one of the two most famous martial styles in the Empire, the other being the Vander School. I've heard there's a training hall where students of the Arseid school come from all over the Empire to train. Indeed, there is. Several students of the school are studying in Legram at the moment. The rest are scattered throughout the Empire. And Laura's father instructs them all? He does. Viscount Arseid is not only the Lord of Legram, he's also the current head of the Arseid school. Oh, doesn't he have some super cool title like the Radiant Blade Master or something? He sounds crazy strong. This may sound unseemly coming from his daughter, but his strength is, quite frankly, inhuman. I would easily place him among the 3 strongest people in the Empire. He sounds like an incredible guy. I've heard plenty of rumors about his strength myself. From what I understand, he acts as a combat instructor for this nation's armies, both provincial and imperial. Though, as a result, I hear he spends a significant amount of time away from his territory. That is, unfortunately, the case. We may be visiting my home, but there's no guarantee that my father will even be there. I see. That's a shame. I'd really like to meet him. Talk to Laura. Oh yes, when we reach Legram, I'd like to ask a favor of you all. A favor? I was hoping it would be possible for you to show your respective styles to the Arseid School students. This group has practitioners of the 8 Leaves, One Blade School, court fencing, and spearmanship alike. And I have no doubt each would be of interest to the students of the martial arts. Perhaps so. A chance to learn more about other schools might broaden our own horizons, too. Are you sure my spearmanship would be of interest to them, though? Both Rena and Eustace at least use swords. Certainly, the Arseid school teaches more than just swordplay. While some use 2-handed swords like myself, others use spears and even bows. Perhaps even Emma's orbital staff may be of interest. You think? Hey, what about me? What about me? Lammy's really strong, too. True, but it's just raw strength. There's no skill or technique involved. I concur. Watching Ergetlum wouldn't afford the students any chance to learn new techniques of their own. Boo, you meanies. No fair leaving me out. Anyway, I do think that would be a nice gesture, but that's assuming we get the chance before our field study is over. Of course, I look forward to it if we do. Talk to Emma. Lavender. Surely it's just a coincidence. It has to be. What's wrong, Emma? Are you getting motion sickness or something? No, I'm fine. I was just wondering if we might be able to see Lohengrin Castle while we're in Legram. Oh, the castle that came up in Instructor Thomas's lesson the other day? Weather permitting, it can be seen quite clearly. It's surrounded by mist more often than not, but such imagery has its own appeal as well. Oh wow, that actually sounds pretty neat. Yeah, it does. I was just thinking it would be nice if we could apply some of the knowledge we learned in class to our field study. Don't you think? That's generally the idea. Yeah, that it would be. Alright, Eustace. We still have some time before we reach Bereahard, but we'll be changing trains as soon as we arrive, so make sure you're ready. I will be, though it's a shame we won't have time to stick around for a while. I would have liked to see Rufus again if we had the chance. I'm sure he's much too busy for that anyway. And it hardly seems appropriate to return home now, after I chose not to during the summer. That is a good point. Is something on your mind? I'm just wondering what my family and the other nobles are doing at the moment. This past month, they've all been a little overly quiet. Now that you mention it, I haven't heard of any major conflicts between the 2 factions lately at all. Maybe they're just showing some restraint for a while? After all the craziness that happened at the festival last month? Neither faction is considerate enough to avoid conflict over something so trite. Never. Da-da-da. Sorry, I thought I hit the button. I suppose I should just try to focus on our field study and not concern myself with matters beyond my control. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Alright, Gaius. The issue of regional cultural heritage is quite a profound one. So profound as to have its own tax implications. While the desire to preserve the region's traditions and heritage is pretty important in most places throughout the Empire. Like the old animist traditions in Legram, I hear a lot of those are still around. Indeed, no doubt you will see many of them firsthand during our stay. Countless anecdotes regarding the Lance Maiden remain as well. Sounds like Legram has a lot in common with my home in Nord. Our cultures and traditions may differ, but we worship the same goddess and spirits. I think that's the fact that many Erebonians are starting to forget. And if you ask me, those traditions are worth protecting, even if it means a little extra money going to taxes. Yes, I feel the same. It seems there will be much to learn during this month's field study. And here we go, Milliam. Look at all the trees going past the window. This is so cool. I want to ride more trains like this. It's really fun. Really, now? I'm kind of surprised. I assume being in the intelligence division meant you'd be taking trains all the time. Well, I usually just ride on Lammy when I'm out on a mission. And the super fast train Claire and the others in the RMP use doesn't have any windows. And Gramps' special train is too fancy, so you can't really relax. Interesting. It's not often that you get to ride a regular train like this, then, is it? But if you get too excited here, you're not going to have much excitement left for when we reach our destination. Especially considering how early you got up this morning. But I was so excited I could barely sleep. I'll be fine. I've still got plenty of energy. And she's out. Yawn. What was I saying? See? Told you. We'll be at Berea Hard soon, so try and get some sleep. On the next train, okay? Okay. At times like this, she really is just like any other 13-year-old. Alright, now we get to play cards, because they get bonding points for playing cards. So we'll challenge Laura.
Then let us begin our duel. Please draw a card. Then I'll make the first move. Well played. Divine Bolt. Mirror. I admit defeat. Well done.
Yay, I won! And our link level is increased. Play Blade. Emma.
Please go easy on me.
She's funny.
Shall we draw then?
Yes, we shall.
Allow me to play first then. I'm gonna use a bolt card.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a bolt card.
She has a lot of bolt cards, apparently.
Ah, we have the same score. Let's draw again. Ah, we have the same score. Let's draw again. Allow me to play first then. Oh no, you beat me.
Alright. Bonded with Emma. Now Eustace.
If we have to. Draw a card. Go ahead then. Now you've done it. Take this. Take this. Now you've done it. Take this. Take this. How about this? Oh, you impertinent little... How about this? My victory was assured from the start.
Of course you think it was. But we bonded points anyway. Oh, Luna, you got it. That's the one. Gaius'
Shall
turn.
we begin? Go ahead and draw.
Alright, let's
You
see.
should go first then. It seems we need to draw again. You should go first then. I hate to do this, but... Well done. So now use a bolt. Well done. Well done. So now use a bolt. It seems the winds were on my side.
Alright. We got bonding points. That's the important part. Blade. Oh boy, here we go. Million.
It's time to duel. Come on, draw a card. Come on, draw another one. You're up first, I guess. Take this.
Really, Million?
Come on, draw another one. You're up first, I guess. Take this. Take this. Take this.
Wow, how many of those does she have?
What was that for? Sorry about that. Yeah, I win.
Wow. Kinda sucks losing to Million. Okay, yes, she says the same thing. Alright, so we're gonna save. And then cancel. And then we say stop talking. And we watch the train move along the tracks. Presumably Celine is still riding along the tippy top of the train. And 20. Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This special express line is bound for Boreahard. Our next stop is Boreahard, the terminus of this express line. Please ensure you have all of your belongings with you when disembarking the train. Finally. We have to change trains here, right? That's right, a train bound for Legram should be arriving in about 10 minutes. We need to hurry if we want to board it in time. That's too bad, I was kind of hoping for the chance to poke around Boreahard. Oh yeah, it's your first time in Boreahard, isn't it? I'd be glad to show you around, should the opportunity arise. You did graciously open your home to us in Nord, after all. There they go. Okay, give it a moment. All our people will be coming off of this train. Take a moment to have some water. And they're all talking with no words. Oh, that's nice. You get off of one train, walk right across the platform and onto the other one. If only it were that easy in real life. Oh, and there's Celine. Cute little kitty running around.